I asked hundreds of thousands of Uber drivers across all these different platforms why they are Uber drivers. Now, only a few hundred responded. I just posted topics on Facebook groups and Reddit threads. But the answers I got were all over the place. Hi, my name is Levi, and this is The Daily Drive. Why would anybody Uber drive? Now, if you are an Uber driver, Lyft, DoorDash, gig worker of some kind, doing Instacart, there's a lot of reasons why we might drive. I think there's some obvious ones. I need the extra money. Like, my current job doesn't cover the bills. I need a gig to get me over the top. That makes sense. I think there's retirees that like doing it. They like getting out and meeting people. I like that. So I like to do that. Flexibility, freedom, the idea that I can kind of set my own schedule, but those are all like kind of like common things. The answers that really resonated with me that I'm going to group all into this one kind of like answer. The answer is, I don't like to work. Oh, if you're an Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, whatever, let's be honest, we are working. And I find driving a car physically demanding for hours and hours, for, 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week. Having the same conversations over and over and over again, loading luggage, there's some physical work to it. Then you've got these apps. They're over there trying to trick us into doing dumb things. So it's like the apps are working against you. The passengers are working against you. You're out in traffic. It's work. It's work. Now, it's not brain surgery and it's not digging ditches. There's other jobs out there. And we don't get paid that much. But why would somebody want to do this job if they don't like work? I think I'm gonna read into it a little bit, because I kind of think I'm in the same boat. I don't like having a boss. I mean, I like my coworkers. When I had a job, I liked them, stuff like that. And I even liked my bosses. I don't have anything against them either. What I didn't like was them dictating to me what I was going to be doing, almost setting a schedule. So that flexibility and freedom makes a lot of sense. But I think it's even deeper. It's even deeper. When I had a job, I sat at a desk all day. I made spreadsheets and PowerPoint presentations and answered emails and went to meetings and did employee reviews and blah, blah, blah. There was like a level of like mental strain that just kind of got to me. It consumed all of my energy. If you ever do you have a yard? Do you go out and cut your yard? It's physically demanding depending on how big your yard is, how hot it is during the day, whatever. And it's hard. But somehow, because it's like exercise, because it's a very right in front of you task, it gives you like mental energy. It's like going to the gym. And that's a little bit what Uber driving's like. Because when I would work at an office, or imagine whatever job, it's like looming tasks, looming assignments. There's a meeting in 2 weeks that I got to prep for, a sales meeting. I got to fly to this city and do this or whatever. It was always like a burden. Now they pay you for that burden, so there's a trade-off, right? There's good and bad, but it was like always a weight on my shoulders. And that's what I mean by boss. Now, I still have a boss as an Uber driver. I've got the passenger sitting right there telling me what to do and where to go. And I know you're like, it's my car, my rules. Well, I'll be honest, whatever the passenger wants, I'll just do. I'm kind of down for it. I have the apps. The apps kind of dictate to me, because I got to make a number every week, and whatever the apps give me is what the apps give me. So there's that boss. but the transaction is short and sweet. I get up when I want to get up. I start when I want to start, and I Uber when I want to Uber. And I take the rides, and once the ride is over, I select the ride that I want. I do it. When the ride is over, it's done. Done. There's no paperwork. There's no meetings. There's no phones I got to answer. No emails. I think that's what people mean when they say they don't want a boss. They don't like to work. They don't like to work. And plus it's something that, I personally really, really like. I love being in my car, listening to podcasts and making YouTube videos. And then when I get a ride, I love meeting people. Like just went passenger. Didn't really talk much. We talked for, I don't know, 5 minutes. It was a 20-minute ride out to her hotel. And it is that 5 minutes of like thinking about her journey to me is intriguing. She came from Westchester, which is like 3.5 hours away. She didn't drive though, she flew. But she had to fly to Chicago, so she flew over Syracuse to Chicago, then back to Syracuse, and it took her like 5 hours. And I don't know why she didn't drive. And so I had a chance to just talk to her and hear why she didn't do it. I think her math was off. She said it takes 6 hours to drive from Westchester to Syracuse. And I was like, I don't know. Depends on what kind of stuff you're driving, maybe on horseback. But yeah, just that simple interaction was pleasant. It was fun. It was nice. She got into her work emails and she started doing her thing. And I just sat here listening to a little bit of jazz music, dropped her off. I like that. And then I'll never see that person again. Like the assignment's done. The money is on the app. It's like I can cash out today. Yeah, so it's work. It is physically demanding. It's mentally taxing sometimes trying to manage the apps and everything, deal with upset customers, but it's not looming. It's not heavy. It's not burdensome. And I think that's what people mean when they say they don't like to work. I don't know. Do you like to do it? It's a funny group to ask. If you go out to read anything from other Uber drivers and Lyft drivers and DoorDashers, I'm not trying to exclude anybody, but a lot of complaints. Like you go out to a Facebook group, it's about how much we hate the apps and how much we hate our job and all that kind of stuff. And we need a place to vent. So I get that. But it's like, there's nobody like really happy about it. To ask people why you do what you do and you hate it, that's the irony of the whole thing. I don't know. Hey, my name is Levi. Thank you so much for watching. The Daily Drive, this Tip You in the App channel, it's all about the interactions of humanity, the fourth space I like to call it, in an Uber. And yeah, you know what? If you're a driver for 2025, I want you to drive your way. Do it the way you know best. You're gonna get a lot of advice on how to make a lot of money. I got stuck in this TikTok thread the other day, watching a bunch of TikTok videos of Uber Black drivers, and I'm like, wow, they make so much more money. We don't even have Uber Black. I would buy a Cadillac or a Suburban and do Uber Black. It seems to me amazing. We don't have that here, but my point is like I can't watch those videos, what Uber Black guys do in Chicago, and there's Cadillac Escalades. I can't do that here in Syracuse. But I know how to do what I do, and I like what I do, so I'm gonna drive my way, and you should drive your way. And I want you to be safe, healthy, and happy. I'm cheering for you. Be well.